Greetings, friends and foes. Grab yourself a chair and please join James, Chris, Wes, and Lee on an adventure forged in the fires of creation. I am Josh, your host and dungeon master, and this is Hooked on Draconics.
Are you ready? I'm recording now. Are you ready, Wes?
I guess I am.
Take a sip of your sody pop.
Golly gosh, let's do this.
Oh, I'm drinking my water. Don't forget to set up your little dice
You might want
pads.
to towel off the top just in case. You never know. Oh, that works too.
There's nothing on there.
Yeah, you never know.
Welcome to Hooked on Draconics.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good day. How are you out there on
Whatever.
the internet?
I don't know, that conversation we just had just warmed me up.
Sunday, Monday.
Because you're dumb. Why'd you bring that up? So, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing cool.
Talking to us?
Yeah, everyone.
Oh,
like,
I
I'm
thought you were
talking
talking
to you.
the listeners at home.
We're
talking-
waiting
we can't
for
hear them.
you, our listeners,
Yeah.
to respond right now. So,
All right.
We'll give you
Let
a
us
few
know.
seconds of silence to respond to us.
I'm fine.
Oh,
Good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're fine, Lee. That's good. Yeah. So, are you folks ready to play some D&D?
Yee.
Wow. As of this second, right now, I just got an email from Buzzsprout about 500 downloads. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
all right.
Also, that reminds me, I should probably move
Congrats.
my phone away from the table.
Yeah.
Also, I
also-
should mute
Yeah.
my phone. This is all staying
Turn
in,
it
apparently.
on.
Yep.
Mine is already on Do Not Disturb and muted.
So, thank you, all of you out there who are rapidly downloading our podcast.
Like, holy moly. Like, we only started midway through November.
Yeah.
Don't date the podcast, Josh.
He didn't say which November.
Yeah, November 2019.
November
We just
2000.
now got to 500 listens.
There was no other year between 2019 and this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It went from 2019 to 2021.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like Windows 8 to Windows 10.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no Windows
Skip a
9.
number. Yeah.
I forgot how to mute my phone.
How embarrassing.
All right. It's muted.
This is the...
That is some boomer talk right there.
Look, no. My phone just did a new update. That's why. I'm not used to...
And now I can't figure out you kids' newfangled technology.
Look, okay.
Do you
Ran-
want me to get you reading glasses?
Yes, please. I could use my... Lee, you don't need glasses, do you?
No.
Do you need the big text on your phone?
Yes, I need
do you want me to turn that setting on?
Actually, I'd accidentally turned that on, and I didn't know how to turn it off.
And you wound up just loving it, huh?
No, I hated it. I was just like, how do you turn it off? And I figured it out eventually, but it was really annoying because I was like trying to read text messages that were like
You read
long,
2 words.
and they were like, I can only read this 2 words at a time.
Really boomered. You can just put your fingers on it and scale it up and down, right?
I learned that after the fact,
Okay, yeah.
but I know that now.
You're welcome. That'll
Thank
be
you. Thank you.
$5 tech service.
I figured it out. I didn't agree to pay you $5.
Speech.
I'm glad I learned how to do that on my phone.
Good speech.
So, who would like to do a recap? Because we're gonna start. That's gonna go in. You're gonna embarrass me, show me how much of a boomer I am, and then we're gonna jump right into the recap. So, who would like to do the recap? Don't all jump in at once.
I haven't edited that episode yet, so I don't remember what happened.
Okay.
kind
Well,
of in the
someone
same
who
boat.
did remember what
What
happened.
episode are we on now?
We're on 16.
We're on 16.
This is
This is
16.
episode 16.
This is 16.
We recorded...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
I believe we're going on an adventure!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Go on an adventure.
I'm not clapping again. It's
Let's
too much.
not too much clap.
I'm very tired.
With some elf that
Oris.
is an archaeologist.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oris, the half-elf.
The high elf, half elf.
High elf, half-elf.
Why you gotta be like that? It's an elf.
I asked. As an elf, I can ask these things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So you've got a new friend, an archaeologist named Oris. They are going to be following around with you guys for the foreseeable future until you accidentally get them killed.
We just stab them, toss them in the ditch. First interaction.
I said accidentally.
Oh.
Wow,
Yeah.
Chris really got that barbarian mindset. Really.
Well, Chris,
So we learned that Uruk is a big fat cheater.
yeah.
Cheaty cheat face.
Yep.
And even if we legitimately defeat him, despite our DM's wishes, then he just comes back in the cheap DM trick that is.
It's very clever in the moment.
It won't be clever when I tell you the history of Josh doing this exact same thing. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's a classic ploy, sure, but it's very clever.
I have been pretty good about letting you guys kill my NPCs and letting them stay dead. I used to not be. And that's a thing that GMs go through when they're first getting started.
And apparently, going through it again. It's like waves.
These days we usually just befriend them now. So
That is also true. We have had an entire campaign of making friends.
Yeah, that's the Goku version of defeating their enemies
yeah, the friends we made all along the
by
way.
punching them.
Yeah.
By defeating them in battle.
Oh.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so...
but it's like me not being super annoyed with this, having to deal with this again in a Josh game.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lee. I appreciate your appreciation.
See, I was of the mind, like, this could either be the final boss, we kill him now, and he'll come back later, or this will be like a stepping stone to something else. So I didn't know which way it would go.
Well, now it's both because we've still we're stepping stoning.
Well,
to
it's
the-
so. I guess with
For
what
the listeners out there, I'm laughing and I'm joking right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm smiling if you can't catch it in the tone of my voice. It's
But I will say this isn't quite the same as him coming back
no, I know.
because he's coming back in a new form.
Yeah, no, I know.
So there's going to be a little bit of you're not going to just go in another fight against him.
And, hey,
To give you some behind the scenes info, Josh and I have known each other for a very long time. He is my roommate. I must rack on him as much as possible. He does it back to me too, so.
Precisely. But, so yeah,
Yeah.
You know that Uruk the Baleful Wind is not dead. There are still little wisps of him out there doing their thing.
one of them will become the real Iraq.
Yes, and remember, these wisps will embed themselves into other people and possess them.
Which is why I already uncorked and drank the one we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's why we grow
See-
Thorman to be the strongest Iraq.
Yep.
See,
Then you
Josh
defeat
doesn't
me.
see, like, the sociopath way of dealing with that.
I have...
It's like you can't, can't be possessing people if no one's left.
Oh my...
if that's the path you want to go down, this will be a very dark podcast.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, okay.
New game?
Well, we're going to play this through and to the end. And
No.
Vote now in the attached poll. Except it's how
you know, I'm going to
should
have to
go,
put it in an
except-
attached poll in the Twitter.
Except there's no... Okay.
So,
No, we are the heroes, and that would be a disgusting course of action.
yes. That's a very murder hobo way of dealing with
Yes.
things.
Arc 2, everyone.
We're just regular hobos.
And
Besides, all of us live in a house.
Yes.
Well, I kind of go around from place to place and stump the entire world of Stump's house.
Yeah, he made that his vocation, hobo.
Yeah. So, as we left you guys off in the last session,
And just as another note, philosophical opinion about playing characters like that, it's just boring.
it is boring.
Like,
I could see it being fun.
Can be one-dimensional.
Well, okay. There's ways to play. We could get into this whole conversation. We'll save this
That's
for like another podcast.
Yeah.
But I will say
Guys.
this: there are ways to play evil characters
wait,
that
are
are
we
fun.
making a second podcast?
The Lawful Evil podcast?
Ooh, if you want to hear another podcast,
Yeah,
go
let's
into the
brainstorm
Twitter
that
poll below.
right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
winky face.
Don't know if these Twitter polls are actually going to exist, but if you want to say something to us on Twitter, we're always open.
Yeah, I'm always incessantly checking my phone to see if I get any responses on Twitter. If you're listening to this
We're-
podcast right now,
We're listening. We're lonely. You gotta message us on Twitter.
We are very lonely. Message us on Twitter. And also, I made an Instagram at the Instagram, Hooked on Draconics.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever
so-
you get your wherever the store is where you buy your Instagrams.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got an Instagram, we've got a Twitter, we've got a subreddit. We've done this before, but we're going to shout it out again because we want you guys to engage with us on the internet.
We have a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel.
The comments are open.
Yes.
Don't be horrible to each other on it, please.
Yeah, please. But yeah,
So that's the recap, everyone.
that's a recap. Subscribe to our
Tell me
social media.
how much you love my episode descriptions. I work hard on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
And I work hard on the Twitter.
Give a shout out to Lee.
Shout out to Lee, who does the cool editing.
Yay.
And put some music in.
And put some music
makes
in.
his own
Does-
music.
Yeah,
a lot.
and censors out all the bad things these guys say.
We don't
sometimes.
say
Yeah,
these
like-
bad things. What are you talking about?
I did get to use the censor bar, and that was fun.
Yeah. In fact, you should probably censor out this entire thing that I'm saying right now.
Yeah, that.
Oh my god!
Wow.
What the fuck, Josh?
Oh, look.
Disgusting.
Yes, okay, look. It's just an opinion, okay? You can't cancel
No,
me for an opinion.
no. You can't cover it behind an opinion, alright? That's not an opinion.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
You should be. Did you hear that? He said...
I clapped when he said it.
Chris
Oh
is
my
just as bad.
Just stop saying it.
Okay. All right. Well, now that that's done with, and I've been thoroughly berated by my fellow
That's
castmates.
two things I have to edit now. What if I just don't?
If you don't, it'll still be funny.
Yeah. They didn't say anything.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we're going with. He definitely didn't cut it out.
Yeah.
Or put a censor bar over it.
Yeah. So, as we last left you guys off, it was the
Oh yeah, okay, so... Not to interrupt, sorry, but, I did. I was in the middle of recapping, I believe.
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a huge tangent.
Okay. Well, this is welcome to the Tangent Cast.
Huge
Go ahead.
self-promotion tangent.
Welcome to episode 16, if you're not used to our tangents by now.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. As we get more relaxed around this whole podcasting thing,
Yeah.
we appreciate you all for sticking in this long.
Yeah.
You'll be the valued fans once we reach hundreds of episodes of this.
Yes.
So make sure to let us know who you are now.
Yes. We will remember.
I don't remember what led up to us talking to the archaeologist, but they...
We met with Felden. Felden
Felden and Oris are.
Oh yeah, I got to be a
Yeah.
kid
Yeah.
for like a few hours.
Yeah. You held court.
I held court and told everyone that all their dreams would come true.
Yeah, you're giving promises that had nothing to do with your station, really.
I'm the king. I can promise whatever I want.
Considering we don't really know how much actual authority this position holds.
Well, this position's been held by a pig
It's
for
been
the last
previously
14
held
years.
by Porculus, and he has held some pretty high standards of court. So I just had to top that a little.
yeah. The powers of what is it? Harvest King are untested as of yet.
What if they do have the best harvest ever?
It's on you.
Man, Talon has like insurance now. A pension after he's done being Harvest King.
Pension.
I get paid my salary every year for life after I leave office.
Farmer Prescott's just been coasting on Porculus's.
I love that pig.
Yeah,
Porculus tribute.
yeah.
But yeah, so recap.
I was a king for a little while. Then half-elf person was like, yo, I've been studying these Aarakocras?
I say Kokra.
Kokras? Aarakocra, that's how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Eric Okra.
Sure.
Newfangled D&D races that have been around forever.
And
They're, like, playable now,
yeah.
I
Oh,
guess.
is this an actual D&D race?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you made it up.
Yeah, it's actually the only player race so far printed that has a natural fly speed.
I believe so.
Oh,
I might be wrong.
Tengu not?
Tengu don't fly.
No.
They get that mimicry.
And they're not
ability.
Tengu, they're Kenku. And
Oh, sorry.
Kenku.
Completely different.
Explain that Uruk, whenever he is physically defeated, will spread out into little wisps, possess others, and then reform into a new form, and continue his dastardly, windly activities.
yes.
We have to learn a ritual taught only at this one monastery high up in the mountains. Pretty classic. Pretty cool. Looking forward to that.
Do you remember what the ritual is called?
I believe it was written down by Wes.
Yeah, no. No.
Pretty sure it's called the Kaioken technique.
The Zephyr
I think it's
ritual.
Kaioken times 16.
You were
Something.
close. Well, you got the first word.
Yeah, I just remember Zephyr because I was thinking of the Zephyr blade.
Wind
Unrelated
dance.
show.
Yeah.
The Rasengan, right?
No.
There's Hadouken.
It's the
The special
Zephyr
beam cannon.
Terminus ritual.
Say that again,
Zephyr
sorry.
tournament.
Zephyr-
Terminus
Zephyr Terminus.
Zephyr Terminus, you
Yeah.
said.
ritual,
Ritual
Yes.
times 16.
which
Yes.
will reseal Urak into the Windstone.
Yes.
But we need to get new pillar first. Need to go see the pillar man about new pillar.
Oh, yeah.
So we gotta fix the pillar.
Yeah. You got to fix a pillar, learn this ritual, gather the 2 other artifacts that are needed to.
Besides the dagger
And the Cyclone Shield.
named the Sky Talon.
Mhm.
Totally didn't have to look at my sheet for that one.
Audible sheet sounds.
That's fine. I wrote it down for a reason.
Yeah. Also, to put it on your character sheet.
That too.
So you know you have it. It's a good reason to write it down.
Yes. So yeah, you have 2 of the 4 artifacts that were used by the 4 great heroes that sealed away Uruk originally. And also Uruk, you learned, was a celestial wind until it had come in contact with something from the far realm.
Spooky?
Oh, it's just windy.
Spooky.
It's another Mortal Kombat realm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just out. It's just beyond Outer Realm, Outer
Ah.
World. I don't know. I've never played Mortal Kombat.
Why are we doing an awkward pause?
I don't know.
I turned into a cat.
You did
Yeah.
turn into a cat, that's
Yeah.
true.
And
Yeah.
it still had a magnificent beard.
Yeah, and I took a nap next to a fire.
And you kept batting away people trying to pet you.
And I don't care if that's not canon. It is in my head. It's head canon that all of your animal transformations have a giant dwarf beard.
I'm happy you think that.
Is there anything else that we need to cover in the recap? I think we've covered a good bit of it.
Wait, the cat's coming with us, right?
Yeah, I call him Stomp. And you're like, oh, let's Stomp. And you're like, oh, stop trying to pet him.
Yeah, that did
Yep.
happen. You were like, oh, that's weird.
That was the thing.
Okay.
That's why he kept hitting me.
So, let's just jump right into it, shall we? You are all still in the Proud Heart Lodge. There's a fire roaring in the fireplace. Oris and Felden are sitting at the table with you guys, and Stump is a cat. What do?
I'm gonna keep being a cat.
Solid choice. Well, I got some things gotta prepare. I'm assuming these mountains are cold. Say
Yes,
Oris.
yeah, they are, yeah.
All right.
Would we be able to leave in the morning?
That's what I was thinking.
And the trip, I believe, should take about 2 to 3 days, I believe I said.
You did.
Can
Yes.
I roll a nature to know what kind of animals or threats we'll face along the way?
Sure.
Yeet. 13.
13? The normal wildlife that you would expect on the path there, probably wolves. You've seen some ferocious elk lately.
Sure.
In the mountains, you'd probably run into potentially like rams, giant birds,
Okay.
things like that.
Like, okay. Not
Yeah.
like rocks or anything.
Not that you know of.
Okay.
At least not.
Oris, was it?
Yes, that's correct.
Besides the normal amounts of mundane wildlife, is there anything fantastical in those mountains we need to worry about?
Well,
Are these high enough elevations that we're going to be worried about rocks or griffins,
there might be rocks, there might be griffins.
direwolves?
I would imagine probably will be some dire wolves, yes. Truthfully, I don't know what to expect once we reach the temple, Heaven's Ascension. But
And we're going there by map?
yes,
Have you been there before?
I have never been there. It's
Does anyone still live in this temple?
Not to my knowledge.
Could be where the kobolds and the Trog got their knowledge.
That is a possibility.
That's a rather astute observation.
I mean, if there was anywhere that they would have learned of Uruk, that's the place it would have been.
And I can think.
If they were deliberately trying to unleash the elemental.
They were.
So. But I imagine, based off of my research, we will spend about 2 days traveling through the valley, northwest, to be precise. We'll be traveling along the road north towards the dwarven city of Malkandar for about half the first day, and then after that we'll go off the road, so to speak, and begin traveling west towards the Cascade Mountains. And by the third day, we will be reaching the mountains themselves, and the last day we'll be spending in the mountains. So, that's my estimation of how long, or of our, well, the itinerary of our trip.
Talon is going to take out a scroll of paper and a quill pen and some ink. Could you repeat that?
Yes.
You want to go 40 miles down I-85, then you want to hook a left on Interstate number 5.
Not quite.
Just in the possibility that if something awful were to happen and any of us were to get separated, I'd like us all to have a copy of these instructions.
Okay, that's a very excellent idea. Good idea. I like it. So first day, if we leave...
You never know, landslides, rock attacks.
Meow.
Meows.
First day, we'll be traveling north along the road towards Malkandar for about half the day. About midway through the day, we will be going off the road, traveling west through the hills. We'll probably make camp at some point at the end of before the sun goes down, so that way we can set up camp and then get everything set up. After that, we'll continue traveling west towards the Cascade Mountains. And then once we should get there probably by the end of the day or early the third day. And then in the third day, we will continue traveling west into the mountains towards Heaven's Ascension. Oris actually pulls out a map and they start kind of...
Oris,
Yes.
you're beautiful and everything, but you talk way faster than I can write. Why don't you just copy it down for me?
Of course, yes, I'll do that. And then you see they pull out their quill and start sketching a copy of their map for you.
I hop up on the table and I look at the map.
All right. Yeah. You see, like on the map, there's kind of like they've kind of charted a trail towards the Cascade Mountains and where they marked where the location of the Heaven's Ascension temple is. It's kind of like a vague area. Oris will say, I believe once we get into the mountains, it's a high-up temple that we should be able to see from a great distance. So once we get into the mountains and get a good vantage point, we should be able to find it very easily. I hope. Of course, there's all sorts of weird magical things that I myself don't understand. I am merely a student in a lot of these things. This would be my first real adventure.
And an archaeologist.
A aspiring archaeologist, I should say. I've not done any field work yet.
Should have been here yesterday. We did some field work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I did look at some of your handiwork after the fact. In the Windstone, I did look at some of those. That's how I learned about all this. So, studying the glyphs and the writings and the carvings. So, this will be my second delve into an ancient temple, I should say. So, I've got some experience.
Well, about as much as us, apparently.
Then excellent. We will make an excellent team. I'm looking forward to working with 4 of you looking at the cat, Stump, who they've heard is named Stump. And, okay. So,
Our most valued member, Stump.
is there anything else we should...
I always had a question that hasn't been answered yet.
I think I might have the same question.
If one person is solo, and 2 people are a duo, 3 people are a trio, what is 4 people?
Quartet?
That sounds about right.
Wait, very different question.
I'll remember that because I completely forgot that word existed when I was writing episode descriptions for the last few.
Well, quartet, that would be the word.
Well, I got a question. At what point, how long does someone have to be dead before it's not considered grave robbing, but archaeology? We had this discussion yesterday, and I was wondering what a professional would think.
I would say a standard mortal lifetime worth.
About 100 years?
Like, okay,
Are we
I'm saying
saying human? Are we saying dwarf?
based on the human standard, I believe. But I would say,
Like I said, we are archaeologists.
and I would say a good way is if there are, well, that doesn't quite work with immortal beings, but I was going to say if there are no living individuals who were loved ones of the deceased, then that would be archaeology. But considering we are dealing with some beings who are immortal, that kind of does not work. I would say,
So you can pretty much never be an elven archaeologist.
well, there are elven ruins out there. So does that become grave robbing, or does that become archaeology?
And does it depend upon your own lifespan or on that of the people you were robbing?
And by that definition that we have now set up,
Oh, is
what
that right?
archaeology is versus grave robbing, how long ago did this temple become abandoned? Just so we don't have any qualms or split decisions that have to be made.
Well, based off of my research, this Aarakocra nation that once existed, it, I guess, ceased to exist over 1,000 years ago. So there's been a lot of time. So that's a long time. I think that's...
That'll have to
Did
be
the cat
long
just give me a
enough
thumbs up?
considering there's a...
Ethical dilemma solved.
Now, if the descendants of these Aarakocra raise umbrage about this, we can deal with that when that time comes.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. And also, I imagine if we say we're doing it for the purpose of getting rid of Arak the Baleful Wind, they would hopefully be a bit more understanding.
We'll have to tell the skeletons there that we're doing this for a good cause. See if they listen.
I'm sure they'll understand.
You'd be like, that's Steve's knife.
Oh no, we know their names. What were
do?
their names? Kurnat, Clurai, Uriat, and Huka.
That's Huka's knives.
Or yeah.
Is there anything else we should discuss?
When should we leave out? We only have one thing we really need to do yet. Return to the grove after we see Bunt. Tomorrow.
Half elves can see in the dark, right?
Yes, I have dark vision.
Oh, we all have dark vision. All right. I suppose we
That's
could.
a good thing to cover. Cats can see in the dark, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take
Yeah.
that as a yes.
Well, I suppose we could leave now, but I imagine some of us are rather tired. So.
Well, we would have a greater range of vision in the day. I mean, we have dark vision, but that doesn't mean we can see that far.
Or that well, particularly.
And also, it would probably be a bit more dangerous to travel at night, dealing with nocturnal predators, of course.
It is waiting spookies to come out.
That is true. That is when spookies come out.
Well, I mean, most nocturnal predators use the darkness to their advantage. And if that's no longer an advantage, then they're actually less dangerous.
Well, yeah.
I'm pretty tuckered out, so I'll see you guys in the morning.
However, we're all pretty non-nocturnal here.
Yes. Well, yes, I was not planning on leaving tonight. I was figuring any preparations we would
Kitty
need to
cat
do.
aside.
Any preparations we might need to do, any sort of acquiring supplies might be a good idea. I've got a few things that I was hoping to purchase. Of course, I wasn't sure if you guys were going to be gung-ho for this expedition. I'm happy that this is something that we're going to be able to do together. I'm looking forward to it.
We're pretty easygoing when it comes to moving this quest along.
It's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that.
It'll be good to travel with you then, Oris.
Yes, I'm looking forward to traveling with you and getting to know more about you. So,
Likewise.
excellent. Well, I will return to my abode for the night, unless there's anything else. No? Okay. Then should we meet here tomorrow morning?
Sounds good.
Yes, tomorrow, a little after morning. We just have to get some of that brew out to the grove.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. We'll take care of that. Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow morning, an hour after sunup?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Sounds good. I'll see you then. It was a pleasure talking with you. And they stand up, give you kind of like a bow, and they...
I'll do a very uncultured halfway bow, nod back.
Yeah. And then they leave the Proud Heart Lodge. And Felden says, I'm happy that I was able to set you up with Oris. They're,
You might have just been the key to saving the Soul Valley.
I wouldn't go that far. You four are the heroes.
Oh, but we couldn't have done it without you.
He kind of blushes and he says, "Thanks. I appreciate it. During our adventuring days, I was a bit more of a bystander through all of Rajak's heroics.
I mean, no matter how big or how small, every contribution is what leads to the victory.
That's true. You're absolutely right." He blushes a bit more and he looks up and he has like this big goofy smile, halfling smile, and he says, "If there's anything any of you need, anything that I can help you with, please let me know."
Yeah, I've got a list of things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
For supplies.
Yeah. He takes your list that you apparently have.
Mm-hmm.
Cider is on the list how many times?
10.
10 cider.
We actually would appreciate if we could take a case for the cider with us.
We have 4 right now, I think. We each have one.
It was literally a lifesaver when we went.
Well,
into
And it's also a list of supplies and stuff we'll need for mountain travel. Like ropes and pythons and...
I'll go ahead and work on gathering this for you.
Blankets.
Yeah.
And
Rajak took quite a beating. Make sure he's all right.
I took him to the temple once we had the opportunity to. He's doing well. I'm sure you saw him earlier today.
Yeah, he's alright.
Yeah. He's...
While you were attending to courtly matters.
And Rajak's
Oh, yes.
Rajak's a tough guy.
I could tell.
He's certainly gotten through worse scrapes. He's dealt with more than just kobolds.
Alright, well, I'll see you all in the morning.
I'll see you. I'll have all your supplies ready in the morning. And he stands up
That's more than I expected. Thanks.
eagerly and bows and runs out of the room. And leaving you for just the party.
Well, Stump, you ready to go?
Meow.
Alright, well, we'll see y'all in the morning. Start walking out.
I slink out behind him.
Yes.
All right.
Be safe, be well.
Stay out of trouble.
Can't promise.
Good. You want to sit down and talk for a minute? Looking,
Yeah.
looking over at Cassie's.
Yeah, then.
Yeah,
Let's,
we
what's
should
on
probably
your mind,
discuss
Talon?
a couple of things.
Yeah, a little bit, earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, I was out for most of it, but... Here, come sit down across from me at the
You were
table.
around for long enough of it.
So that was a manifestation of what we discussed long ago.
That was new. That was very new. Yes.
So it's getting
One of
worse.
the things I've been afraid of. Yes. The worst it's been. I mean, I was able to use it some ways. Against Uruk, at least.
That you were. I mean, knives are dangerous, but they're useful tools.
Yeah, I think I gave Thormund a bit of a spook.
I think you gave everyone a bit of a spook.
I gave myself a bit of a spook.
Say, you seem shaken up, so calm down. I'm not judging you for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I appreciate that,
Not
Talon.
that you're probably even worried about that right now, but
There's a lot going on at the time right now. That thing still out there, 4 times more. It's
we'll figure that one out. We'll take care of that in due time. We're on our quest to do that.
yes, we're just
We're
certainly
like,
not laying as low as we
We're like
intended.
adventurers or some shit now. Come on.
Yes, well, this does get us away from town, if nothing else, for at least a little bit. I'm just worried about... I felt so nice here in Windstone.
I know. Me too. It was starting to feel like a stable gig going on. I was hunting, you were fishing. Nothing exciting was happening.
It was, besides getting beaten up, the festival itself was pretty nice.
Yeah, I could see myself settling down in a place like this one day, but I think you and I should probably be hitting the old dusty trail before too long. Maybe after we take care of all this business.
Yeah. A little vacation or something afterwards.
Here, let's have a drink. Calm our nerves a little.
Yes, I think I'll skip the drinking. I'm not sure if that would have had any effect, or if it was just coincidence. I had a drink, and the
So
next
what's it
day I
feel
turned
like?
into... Ooh, that's a...
Because you looked pretty powerful there.
It was a course of surge of power, for sure. I felt very strong. Just a huge release of energy. It was something bubbling under my skin, if that makes sense.
Was it more you or him?
It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell.
Well,
Fairly similar, yes. Hopefully my dreams aren't too disturbed tonight. But,
you want any company? I can watch over you.
no, I appreciate that. I'll take a little time to rest. Relax. I just need to be alone with my thoughts for a little bit.
I can respect that. You take time. You gonna go? You gonna go to bed now?
Yeah. I've got a little ways to walk back to the shack, collect a few of my things, some more warmer clothing, and yeah, we'll meet right back here.
Sounds good. I'll see you at sunrise.
You have a good night, Talon.
You have a good night too, Cass.
All right. Anything else that any of you would like to do before you go to rest?
I'm good.
I'd like to talk to Oma? Was that her name?
The lodge keeper.
Oh, Berna?
Berna.
Yeah.
Close. I'm awful with names.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there was. What time of day is it?
It's about early evening at
Okay.
this point.
I was gonna stop by the blacksmith. Wasn't she working on weapons for us or something?
She was or you don't know necessarily because that was
No.
an arrangement that Talon had spoken with Umadine about.
Never mind then.
Yeah, you might not necessarily know that she was making you specifically a weapon.
Unless we
I know,
just
but I was going
say-
to drop by there tomorrow and
Oh, yeah.
surprise him with it.
So, yeah, you don't know anything about that.
Never mind.
Way to ruin your own surprise, Chris.
That he kind of knew about. All right, so you're going to talk to Berna.
This is why we all have to wear earbuds. Just
Yeah.
Noise canceling earbuds
noise
when
canceling
we're not in the scene.
earbuds. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, she's in the Proud Heart Lodge. She's kind of been around while you guys were talking, but she...
Well, I figured we were like over by the fire talking, like at a table, and then
Yeah.
she was doing
Yeah,
other
she's...
things.
Yeah, she's over... She might even be working on, like, some... sharpening her knives or something.
Well, my good lady,
She looks up at you and she says, "Aye, what can I do for you?"
Berna. We're gonna be taking off for the next few nights, so don't know exactly when we're gonna be back or if we're gonna be back, but we're doing some dangerous stuff.
Aye, yeah.
And here, I wanted you to have this gold I've been holding on to just in case I don't come back. You've been a wonderful host.
No, you've been a fine asset to my hunting team. So,
I know.
oh, ever humble as you always were, Talon. But I'll hold on to your gold until you get back, if that's what you need.
Well, why don't you hold on to it for a while and just need a tiny little itsy bitsy favor.
And what's that?
If anyone, for any reason, you never know, comes around here looking for Cass or myself in the next little while we're gone, just make sure you've never heard of us.
She kind of nods knowingly and looks at you, and she says, "You got it."
Doesn't matter if they're showing up trying to give us gifts. We were never here.
Never even heard of Talon. Who? Cassius who? Ah, don't recognize you.
Appreciate it.
She gives you a wink.
I'm gonna grab some grub. I'm gonna head to bed. You have a good night, Berna.
Oh, you too. And she goes back to her work. And then you all go to sleep. Is there anything you wanted to do, Stump? Stump shakes his head no.
Meow.
Meow.
I want to get all my spell slots back.
Ah.
Here's a question. Do you stay sleeping as Cat Stump all
No,
night?
I can
and
only
then-
be in cat form for an hour.
Oh,
So,
okay. So you fall asleep as Cat and then just wake up as Dwarf.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I will say, Talon's sleeping arrangements while he's in the lodge are like overly paranoid. Like he sets up the bear traps he got today, like right by the door where somebody would like walk in. It sets another one like right underneath the window in case.
You've got a
Somebody
shotgun
tries-
pointed at the door.
Like he's got a tripwire like right over the door if it like opens.
Yeah.
It'll hit the tripwire and then like all of the metal shards he collected from the blacksmith earlier will be in a bucket to drop on their head.
Yeah. All right.
It's like, oh, hey, Talon, did you want some breakfast? And
But by this point, I would hope that Berta knows not to disturb.
Yeah. All right. You all sleep through the night, and everything passes uneventfully. You wake up the next morning. It is dawn. The sun is just starting to come up.
I'm sitting there whittling a piece of wood away
All right.
to something.
And you told Oris that you were going to meet them at the Proud Heart Lodge an hour after sunrise. So, in this hour before you meet with Oris, what would you like to do?
Well, I wanted to head to the blacksmith.
All right.
Collect all my stuff and then head to the blacksmith.
All right. Cass?
Head over to Bunt to grab the new brew
Okay.
that he, had to set to ferment overnight.
Yeah. And Stump, what do you want to do?
I'm asleep unless Twig woke me up.
Well, if I see you're not getting up, I'll just sort of nudge you. All right.
And I get up.
All right.
I got bed beard.
Bedbeard.
I put some jerky down next to you. On the
Smelling jerky.
yeah, smelling jerky. Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with you, Cass. So you go up to Bunt, and he says,
Hey, I brewed some of the special brew you asked for.
Oh, appreciate it, Bunt.
He says, how much did you need? You told me to brew some for the town if it was needed.
Yes, keep some in stock here. I suppose I could take maybe a gallon or so. I'm not sure really on the
Well,
volumes you've made.
well, you don't need much to clear your belly, but
We could use maybe at least a dozen doses, just to be on the safe side.
oh, by Dagden, a dozen. Huh. You're really putting me to extra work here.
Yes. Well, that fungal infection is no joke. We've really got to clean that up.
Well, I made twice about what I normally make. I've got 8 doses.
Well, I'll take whatever you have to spare.
Well,
6, 4?
4. Okay,
That'll have to be enough. Yes.
and I'll make more and have more ready tomorrow. But it's like I said, it's a very volatile substance, and the incorrect amount of one ingredient might cause a catastrophic reaction. And it's a secret. Don't you go selling it.
Oh, this is fully non-profit.
It better be. If I find out you're selling this to other people at an increase, I'm gonna come at you and chop your legs off.
Oh,
Jesus.
And I'm not joking. I'm dead serious right now.
of course, Bunt. Of course, you go on about chopping people in half and
I'm
make
not
them
I'm not a
mermaid
savage. I don't
and-
chop people in half. I chop their legs off.
and replace them with fish halves. Yes, you've made this joke at me.
This is not a joke. This is very serious, Cass. I swear to Dagden. You better take me seriously.
I am taking you seriously. I promise you. These are not going to be sold. But I really must hurry, Bunt. This has been a great chat. But
It's been an enriching experience.
I'll be gone for I'll be gone for a few days now. So
The most sarcastic way to say you hated this conversation. It's been an enriching experience. I'm gonna have to use that now.
So you leave
Wow,
Bunt,
Bunt.
and he's as sour as ever. You quickly run to the grove,
yeah.
or
Get your morning
I
cardio.
guess probably try and meet up with Thormund.
yeah, you might. So the grove is a bit further away because it's an hour. I think it was an hour there and an hour back.
Yeah.
So
I was
that's going
figuring
to.
I probably
You might
got
want
there
to
at,
get
like
some. You might want to get someone to deliver it for you instead of you guys going yourselves, because you're on a time frame right now.
and I know some guys who can make a delivery, I think, so I just go to the meeting spot.
All right. So, Talon, Thormund, you're heading to Umadine's. When you arrive, it's early in the morning. You hear the telltale sounds of metal being worked, bellows being bellowed, and hammers being hammed. What would you like to do?
They sell hams?
Yeah.
Rob ham?
It's an interesting.
Hammers being banged.
No, the other one was better.
Hammers being hammed.
You just hear them smacking into like hunks of meat. Just,
That's how they keep them sharp.
Yeah.
that's how they keep pork sharp.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes, the sharpening ham.
Oh, well,
I need one of those.
Morning.
Hamstone.
Morning, Talon. Fancy seeing you here.
Didn't expect to see you down here.
Yeah, I needed some tools for the trip.
Oh, I needed to pick up something Umadine promised me.
All right. Well, should be up by now.
You hear,
Umadine, you about?
you hear, I'll be done in just a minute.
All right.
She's going real ham on that.
On that.
Jace,
With that
go
hammer.
ahead and let them in. You see the door open and you see Jace is standing there. He's wearing like a blacksmith's apron. His hair is like slick with like sweat. It looks like he's been working hard all morning. And he says, Talon, Thormund, come in.
Morning.
Morning.
By the way, you can keep that spear.
That's
It's better than a sword for hunting.
well,
so.
thanks. I don't plan on going hunting anytime soon. But
Oh, look at you, man. You keep working like that. Look at those muscles. And I pinch him in the arm.
yes. Well, blacksmithing does build up quite a bit of muscle.
Yeah, you keep working like that, and no bear is going to be able to take you.
He points at you and he says, right, yes, let's go. I've got something to show you, Thormund. Umadine and I have been working on something all night for you.
Really?
Yes, come on in.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, she promised me something, so.
So he takes you into the main room of the blacksmith, and you see Umadine is like putting the finishing touches on an axe for you. You see it is a two-handed axe. Is that what you use?
A great axe.
A great axe, yeah.
It's,
Yeah, same thing. And she has designed it with these Hydra-like designs. You see the handle kind of has like this scale kind of design. Like the blade of the axe has 3 Hydra heads going down it. And the handle of the axe is kind of green and scaled like a Hydra. And she says, I didn't want to make any assumptions, but I wanted to put a little extra flair on it for you. It's a axe that I've made for you.
my eyes are wide and I've got a big smile on my face.
It's a +3 and does 3d6 water damage.
Hell yeah.
1 for each Hydra head.
I approve, Umadine. Thanks for enchanting it.
And
It's a damn work of art is what it
it's
is.
not enchanted. I'm not
No, I don't
that
mention
skilled,
anything
but
about that.
it is a fine, well-made axe.
That's an understatement. If she
And
holds it out.
She hands it to you. You grab it, and
take it.
it's
I couldn't have said it better myself.
and you feel like it's surprisingly light for like this big axe, and you kind of give it like a quick swing, and it kind of soars through the air and
Cleaves Jace right in two. No.
cleaves Jace right in two, and it's really well made. It's really well balanced. It is non-magical, but it functions as a +1 axe for doing an extra 1 to hit and a 1 extra +1 to damage.
Essentially, it's a masterwork.
It's essentially a masterwork from like Pathfinder or 3rd edition.
Yeah.
But it is non-magical.
I was
But-
right, masterwork for short.
Yeah.
What did you do to get 2 pieces of fancy equipment?
Foot stuff.
Yes.
Every time.
Yep.
That's all it takes. Come on, guys.
I'll just write masterwork Hydra axe and see if I remember what it is later.
I'm sure you will. I hope.
If you gave it to me, I would have remembered.
Thank you. You are
can't-
my favorite.
It's metal. You can't use it by druid law. This place isn't
I'm
for you.
just saying what he just said.
I think
I gotta timestamp
they
that.
I think they got rid of that druid law a little bit
Oh, really?
ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's no longer a thing.
It's no longer ape law.
It is no longer ape law.
You gonna play that clip a lot?
Yeah. I'm gonna put it at the beginning and end of every episode.
Yeah, Lee, you are my favorite, and I love you.
Oh my god!
There you go.
A new one.
This is getting a remix.
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Wow, you are getting like really smiley right
He's happy.
Yeah. I love affection.
There we go.
I noticed him.
Yeah.
All right, well,
And she, Umadine says, I just wanted to pay you back for saving my boy. And all the hardship that I put you through about getting my boy into trouble. I didn't mean it. You did good. And I appreciate you.
well, thanks. Just doing my duty to the town and the surrounding area.
It's good to hear.
But this is beyond the... Losing my accent. This is beyond the... I also lost my brain. Sorry. It's fine. It's a good-ass axe.
It's a good-ass axe.
I love that ass.
I love that axe.
That's a damn fine axe.
All right. Well, actually, I also came here for some smaller axes.
Oh,
Some hatchets waited for throwing.
I've got some.
My God.
Oh my god. Jesus. I've got some throwing axes if that's what you would like. And we can discuss the price.
All right.
Price has been discussed,
All right.
and you'll make your purchase.
All right.
I don't know why I was being really vague about that. I didn't feel like looking up the price.
It's
now.
5
That's
gold.
fun.
Oh, it's
But I
fine.
only have 5 gold and I want 2. Oh, can I always... Can I even powder the axe?
Sell back the axe. It's collateral.
Make a persuasion check to get a good deal on these throwing axes. I mean, I'll give you advantage.
I would just say...
That is so rude.
I know it is. Can I... Oh, never mind. We'll just erase that part.
Just buy the one.
I'll just buy the axe.
Okay, so you buy one throwing axe
I
from
wanted
her.
to do the legendary double throw.
Yeah, that's super legendary.
You sounded really sarcastic
What would
there.
be even cooler is if you used your great axe.
Overhand
throwing.
throw your great
Yeah,
axe.
both
of them.
double hand.
No,
The
some
legendary.
celebrity did that recently on like a Twitter video or something.
The legendary double throw?
I'm like trying to remember if it was like Jason Momoa or like the guy who played Thor.
Chris Hemsworth?
It was like one of those dudes that are just like
What? Oh, let's pretend it was them who did a fusion dance and then threw the double axe.
Jason Hemsworth.
one of these celebrities playing
Yeah.
superheroes that are all like big jacked white dudes.
Well, Jason Momoa is
Big.
I think he,
Islander? I don't know.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm not.
Anyways.
I'm not trying to bring like that.
Yeah.
This is super
Yeah.
irrelevant.
But
Yeah.
they did the double throw?
Yeah, they threw an axe over each shoulder at the same time, and I was like, all right, that was impressive. They just nailed them both right on target.
See, it is possible.
Okay,
I'm
well,
just living up to my hero, Jason Momoa, or Chris Hemsworth. I don't know which it is yet.
anyway,
I awkwardly buy the axe while wanting to.
okay, you awkwardly buy the one axe
Yeah.
for 5 gold.
Yep.
Good. All right, excellent. You've purchased yourself one axe for throwing.
Yeah, and chopping.
I mean, how many rounds do you really expect to be enraged anyway?
1. That's why I get
Well,
2. The
they-
double throw.
how much could a hand axe cost? 5 gold?
That's all I have.
Yeah.
I gave my other 5 gold to Bunt.
That's true, yeah. Anyway,
All right. Well, Umadine, I can't thank you enough. This will be invaluable in the coming days.
I can't thank you either for everything you did.
All right, well,
I literally can't. There's no words to describe how much I can thank you.
well, 2 words, I think. Hand axe. No, I'm just kidding. No, well, I think Umadine, I think this is more than repaid your debt. The axe.
I
Well,
mean,
just-
I wouldn't say debt, but
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. I'm also turning Irish now, sort of.
don't be Irish because
I'm
that's
not Irish.
Umadine's
Yeah,
Irish-ish.
And Well, I think it's about time we hit the old dusty trail.
I think
Talon.
it's about time you hit that old trail as well.
I'm just talking myself in circles.
And Jace is like pushing you guys out, and he
Talon's
says,
just watching. He's like, I'm clearly not fully awake. I'm hearing things.
Nah.
"Yeah." Jace just like says, "All right, bye, guys. Have fun on your adventure."
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Stay safe.
Who did that?
Umidine.
Oh, okay.
I give her a wink. I leave.
All right.
Winky face.
And
He's
Thus
the
ends-
Harvest King.
He is the Harvest King. That's true.
Oh.
and Umidine is a single mom, so
Girl. We're just all staring at James.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. You guys stop by Starbucks, the Starbies, on your way back.
Yeah.
there's no
meeting.
Starbucks. Okay. Anyway, you guys. Yeah, Stump. Is there anything you wanted to do?
Star Elks.
Oh no,
There you go.
No. Okay.
Good
I'm
turn.
enjoying the show.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Ooh, all right. So you guys get to the Proud Heart Lodge an hour after sun up. Oris is there waiting for you. Cass, you have arrived, and Talon and Thorman both arrive.
All right. Well, thanks again for commissioning this, Talon.
No.
You'll most likely save our life at least once,
Well,
or end the life of something else.
oh, that's a fine-looking axe.
Yeah, Umidine made it for me.
Oh,
Well, when she offered, I was like, I already have this ancient, magical, returning dagger. Not that I ever doubted that she could make something just as good, but I wanted to put pieces where they belong, and a giant axe in your hands looks very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
it's I like the aesthetic. It matches your tattoos.
Hey,
Yes, that was incredibly thoughtful of her.
hey.
Oh, yes, Thorman. Stump.
Is Stump here?
Is Stump here?
Yeah, I guess Stump is here,
I gave him some morning
Stump
bacon.
arises from the earth.
covered in leaves.
As a groundhog?
I walk in as a regular people dwarf person this time.
All right.
A regular people dwarf person.
Homeless dwarf just crawling out of the bushes.
Not very clean looking though. Head beard covered in leaves.
Yeah.
Just woke up, jerky in his mouth.
Just ran out the door with jerky hanging out of his mouth.
I get a feeling Stump doesn't run anywhere.
No, you're right, yeah.
He meanders.
Meanders is a good word.
I,
Sasquatches.
for some reason,
Sasquatch.
see him as like having a limp or like dragging a leg, just
He
because of
could
the
have
name
a limp.
Stump,
That's
I
a good
guess.
one. Yeah, he has a limp now. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You hobbled him.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I do have a quarterstaff / walking stick. So
Oh, there you go.
It's fitting.
Yeah,
Well,
You an old dwarf?
that's why I'm
It's
here
pretty
late.
cool. Yeah.
Well,
looks like we're all here.
yeah. So
Morning.
I'm ready to get going. I hope you all
Morning,
slept well.
morning.
Morning.
About
Or
as well
s-
as I normally do.
Oris has like a
Better than the
cup
previous
of
night.
coffee.
Yeah, Cassius
Coffee?
also has a tin of coffee. It's great.
We stopped at Elk Bucks. Star
Oh,
Elks.
did you,
Star
pick me up?
Alex.
Did you pick me up anything?
I didn't know if you wanted anything.
Nah, we'll get it next time.
Okay, yeah. So,
I brought you a croissant. Here you guys go.
I'll have it later. I already had breakfast.
is there anything else that we would like to do before we set off?
Yes. Thorman, Stump, I was hoping you two could maybe help me with a delivery. And he, Cassius pulls out the little flasks with bunce brew on them.
Oh yeah, we have to go administer that to the Dryad, don't we?
Yes, well, I thought it might take a little bit of
Well,
time to do that.
You did clear her. The only thing was her grove needed clearing.
We could, perhaps.
I thought we just stopped the growth on her. We still need to give her the buns brew to...
No, you gave her Bunce Brew last
Oh,
time.
did
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You guys went
There's just a
before.
little
we
bit
went
of
and
it,
got
but she needed some to clear up the rest of the
Yeah, the
place.
grove itself is infected
I
still.
was pretty out of it last recording session.
Yeah.
So that's fair. Yeah.
Beef brain.
Well, if you
Yes.
guys want to get on if you guys want to go ahead and get on the road, I can meet up with. Actually, which way is the grove?
If you let me
compared
get to
our
my
route?
point,
Oh, never
I
mind.
was hoping you could summon our bird friends. Maybe do a little bird call. Maybe
I don't think birds could carry this, but maybe
I think we're
going
gonna need an African swallow to carry this there.
Not a European one.
No, African swallows are have a bit more carry. I can't
Are you sure?
it. No, I'm not sure.
I mean, your entire safety on the bridge is paramount to knowing whether or not this is an African or European swallow.
I would know. I'm not an ornithologist.
It's
but-
not a D&D game until someone's brought up Monty Python.
Yep.
Do you have them? Do
Or
you have them in
officially
a bag
D&D.
or anything?
Yeah, they're like all in a little satchel of
Says,
like
"Thank
the
you, come again."
flasks.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the sack from you, and I'm gonna head to the forest.
Okay.
Well, it looks like
All right. Well, seems like he's got that taken care of.
All right.
We'll just see you at the temple, or wait.
So you
wait here.
He's got a copy of the directions you make it there.
I am very good with maps.
Yeah.
It says so on my character sheet.
right there. Oh, it does.
It does.
Yeah, right there.
Hold on.
Wow. Why does your character description only say just very
Good with maps and geography.
Oh, it actually does say that.
Yeah. See, I cheated.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a wanderer.
He's the one.
Wonder.
And cut.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so whenever I make it to the forest edge, I'd like to take a sip of Bunch Brew because I'm very curious about it,
Okay.
and I'd like to make a medicine check to see if I can figure out what all is in it.
Blasphemy!
Ooh.
Okay, make a medicine check.
Oh, not great. 9.
You have no idea. You take a sip of it, and it's got like this nasty, vinegary, bile-like taste. And it's as soon as it like hits your tongue, it starts to like burn, and like as it goes down your throat, you're just like,
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
That's how you know it's working.
If it's doing more damage than what you had
Yeah.
before, that's how you know it's working.
I guess I'm gonna ritually cast Talk with Animals, and I'm going to try to use Summon Bear
all right, make a animal handling check.
or Summon Bird to Summon Bear. Okay, 20.
20. After a moment, you see Fredbear kind of meanders out of the woods, and he's like,
Yes, Fredbear's voice, yes.
I don't quite remember
I don't either.
how his voice sounded.
It's not like that.
It's not like this.
No.
A little, yeah.
Hey, it's me, Fredbear.
Good. Yeah. Perfect.
Fred, can you take this to the Dryad, please?
Sure. I think I can do that.
Okay, pal.
It's good seeing you again.
Yeah, you won't see me for a while, but I'm gonna miss you, Fredbear.
I miss you too. I love you.
I love you too, Fredbear.
And he takes a satchel, like I guess you kind of like put it around his neck, kind of like those dogs that have like the casks of like
The St. Bernards.
the Saint Bernards,
Like the rescue Bernards?
the rescue Bernards, yeah. And you put it around his neck, and he meanders
off.
back, trundles off into the woods.
I love that bear.
Are you to stop?
He just keeps like looking back at you every few steps, just like, yeah.
Gonna miss you. Shoot, go on.
Shoo! I don't love you anymore. Come on.
This is best for you.
You gotta put like the saddest music for the next like 3 minutes.
And then I go back to the lodge.
All right.
All right,
You
that's
go.
taken care of.
Yep.
All
Don't
right.
worry, we were all just here in suspended animation until you came back.
We were just like standing around like, so wait, is he going to come back? Or do we like meet him along the way there? Or, oh, stop.
Yeah. Oh, is Felden around?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm here. He comes running up, and he's got like all your supplies ready for
He's
you.
like a halfling, but he's carrying like all of the supplies, like
A
comically
giant sack.
larger
Yeah.
than he is.
Stacked and packed. Yeah.
Ray Jack is helping
Okay.
him
Okay.
because he's big and buff, and he's like,
So he's
"Here you
like,
go," and he drops like a whole bunch of packs in front of you guys, and he
so
says,
Felden is still stacked like huge with the tower of backpacks, just Ray.
Ray Jack's
Ray
holding
Jack's, yeah, carrying him, lifting him off the
Carrying
ground.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that looks like everything.
"Here you folks go. Felden and I, we gathered up some supplies for you, and well,
We really appreciate it.
hey, look, I appreciate everything you guys did for us. So,
no smooth way to ask this, so I'll just ask it now. So, former adventurer, you got any advice for us? This isn't really my wheelhouse of going out in the abandoned temples and...
Well, from my experience, I was a bit more of a charge in there with my axe held high and bring it down on some heads that need cracking. I've stumbled into my fair share of traps or two, so I would suggest check for traps.
Uh-huh.
Carry plenty of healing potions. Rest often.
And watch out for snakes. Says no one on camera.
Watch out for snakes. That's a good one.
Bring a toothbrush.
Do what now?
Were you not
What?
going to anyway?
What is this? Dental hygiene?
Be mindful of any... If you're in a dungeon, be mindful of how much percentage of the dungeon you've covered.
How are we going to know that?
Oh, he shrugs.
On the bottom left of your screen, there will be a number, a percentage number.
He
Look
says,
at the mini map.
Yeah.
look,
Talon has a short existential crisis that he's the only one here not seeing a mini-map or numbers.
You
You
have,
have
to
to
look.
hit select a couple times.
Yeah.
He says,
it's in the settings.
You just open your
He's like, settings? What? HUD?
your,
What?
your area completion. Area completion.
I was the
menu.
muscle.
You hit tab.
So a lot of this advice I'm giving is not...
For anyone but me, clearly.
Yeah, that was some very meta information.
Use your meat shields, he points at Thormund.
One way to put it.
Protect your healers, points at Stump. And
How'd you know he was our healer?
Oh, he knows it ain't us.
He points to his brain.
It's called
oh my god,
experience.
he's telepathic.
He's just experienced, yeah. Stump got it.
precisely.
Alright, check for traps. That's a pretty good one. I'll remember that one. He's not going to remember that one.
Always be mindful of ambushes. Because once the monsters know you're there,
Check for ambush.
they're going to be looking to stab you.
Yeah, we run into that a few times already.
Not if I stab him first.
All right.
Stab first, stab often. That's a good one for a rogue.
You're a rogue?
What's a rogue?
Thought you were a Talon.
Well, being a member of the fighter class,
Calm down there, you're getting a little too meta now.
Well-
Rayjack has logged off. He just disappears.
well, I got to get set up for our stall. Today's the last day of the festival, after all. So I'll leave you kids to it. Have fun on your adventure.
You betcha. Have
Nods.
fun making the best cider within 20 leagues.
All right.
Don't worry. We'll be back next time on Hooked on Draconics.
I was gonna do that! You sneaky snake! You fucker!
I just completely guessed at the time.
Yes!
Yeah.
Ah!
I told you.
Oh,
to
that
watch out
was
for
fucking
snakes.
good.
Oh my god!
Stolen.
You stole it from me! You want to host this podcast, huh? Is that what you want to do? You want to host this podcast?
Josh, listen. All right.
Intro, outro, and sound engineering performed by Lee Nesbitt. You can find more of his work at undercoverbeard.bandcamp.com. Background music is provided by Epidemic Sound, and the artwork is provided by Alex. And we'd like to give a very special thank you to our listeners.
Yeah, that means you. Especially you. You're very special. And don't you ever let anyone else tell you otherwise.
When you arrive, it's early in the morning, you hear the telltale sounds of metal being worked, bellows being bellowed, and hammers being hammed.
That's how they keep them sharp.
Yeah.
That's how they keep pork sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the sharpening ham.